inyong examination. Okay, so this quarter natin ng prelim quarter, wala pa pong project na gagawin. Okay, so therefore wala pang groupings. Okay, sige class, start na tayo ng ating lesson number 2. Hanggang lesson 3 lang tayo for prelim examination. So again, welcome to Math M 111. So our next lesson class is the mathematical language and symbols. Okay, here in mathematical language and symbols, we have three subtopics to be discussed. Number one, yung language of mathematics natin, followed by sets. Okay, and last one is yung elementary logic natin. Okay, yung sets, alam ko ito ay i-discuss na sa inyo nung nasa general mathematics kayo. Lahat naman, any strand, ay nakakapag-take ng general mathematics as well as the elementary logic. Okay, ang elementary logic ay nasa dulo rin ng subject na general mathematics. Pero ito kasing elementary logic, kadalasan hindi na ito na i-discuss. Gawa ng yung course syllabus na binigay ng DepEd, hindi naman talaga naka-align doon sa calendar ng bawat school, lalong-lalo na sa Fatima. Siguro sa ibang school na discuss nila itong elementary logic, but in Our Lady of Fatima University, kapag general mathematics yung last quarter, ang na-discuss lang as yung business mathematics. Hindi na natatouch itong elementary logic natin. Okay, now we have three learning objectives. Ano-ano yun? So at the end of the chapter, the students are expected to, number one, discuss the language, symbols, convention of mathematics. Okay, what else? We need to explain the nature of mathematics as a language. So, i-compare natin kung ano ba yung pinagkaiba ng English language into a mathematical symbol. And then last one, we need to perform operations on mathematical expression completely. Okay, for our recitation, paki-monitor ulit ng ating class representative para mai-input doon sa ating Google Sheet. Okay, so now, proceed na tayo sa ating lesson number 1, which is language. When we say language class, that is the system of conventional spoken. Hindi lang daw siya yung sinasalita natin. It could be a written symbol na naiintindihan, okay, sa bawat social group or kung ano man yung kultura ng isang lugar. Okay, hindi lang siya nakabase sa bawat lugar, 'di ba? Sa Pilipinas, we have different language. Okay, kung saan kang kabilang, in Tagalog nga, di ba, etniko yon. Kung saan kang kabilang na etniko, may kanya-kanyang language din kayo. Okay, pero yung pinaka-simple explanation ng language sa Our Lady of Fatima University, though nagkakaintindihan tayo in Tagalog, but sa iba't ibang course class, for example, BSN, Pharma, Psychology, okay, meron din silang iba't ibang language na yung social group lang nila yung nakakaintindi. Okay, sa mga nursing, may mga terms sila na kahit na ako teacher, hindi ko maiintindihan. Okay, ang makakaintindi lang is yung kapwa nurses nila. Kayo rin, as a pharma student, may mga words kayo, may mga symbols kayo na kayo lang din yung nakakaalam. Okay, yun po yung tinatawag natin na language. Hindi lang siya yung sinasabi natin, yung sinasalita. It could be in terms of symbol. Okay, now, a language should be, tatlo po yung dapat maging katangian ng language natin. Precise, concise, and powerful. Okay, kapag nagsulat ka or nagbanggit ka, okay, kahit na hindi yan nobela, kahit hindi yan mahaba, basta nandun yung main thought mo, okay, and it should be also powerful. Okay, in terms of English class. E papaano naman kapag application na ng mathematics? So here are the common symbol na ginagamit natin, okay, in an English word, translate into a mathematical symbol. Ano-ano po yun? Okay, we have the basic plus, minus, multiply, divide, yung four basic operation natin. We have also the inequalities and equality. Okay, ito tayo. We have the infinity sign. Ano pa? This one, theta. This is one of the Greek letter. Okay, we have the empty set. Ayan. And then dito class, we have the union and intersection. Dito na papasok yung sets natin. Mamaya, yun yung second lesson natin. Okay, we also have the grouping symbol, which are the braces, brackets, and then yung parentheses natin. Ito yung common class na alam na natin. Okay, na pag sinabihan ka na, okay, write it in a symbol, addition, ano yung symbol niya? Siyempre, basic, alam na alam mo na. Okay, so now let us compare the English language into a mathematical language. Okay, so may kanya-kanyang meaning tayo. Okay, for example, in symbol. Okay, pag pinag-usapan yung symbol, in English, we use English alphabet. Okay, from A, B, C, D, and so on and so forth, and also the punctuation. Okay, in mathematics class, we also use English alphabet. Okay, to represent the variable. Di ba? Variable X, yung pinaka-common natin. Variable Y, you can also use A, B, C, wag lang yung O, kasi nagiging zero siya na pagkakamalan, di ba? We also use numerals. We also use Greek letter. Theta, beta, gamma, alpha. Ayan yung mga Greek letters natin. We also use the grouping symbols, yung binigay kanina, and then yung mga special symbols natin. Okay, kapag naman name, in English, ayan po yung tinatawag nating noun. Okay, so siya yung pinag-uusapan dun sa sentence natin. Okay, noun siya ha. In mathematics, that is the expression. When we say expression class, for example, I have 5, this one is an expression. Pag meron si ma'am x plus 5, this is also an expression. Okay, if I have an ordered pair x and y, this one is also an expression. Lahat yan expression. Now, papaano natin matatawag na complete thought na yan? In English, when we say complete thought, sentence na po siya. Meaning to say, may noun ka and may predicate ka rin, di ba? May verb, may action word ka. In mathematics, we call that one class as an equation. Okay, itong expression ko na x plus 5 class. Ano yung kailangan kong idagdag to make it an equation? Anyone? Papaano kaya siya magiging sentence? Liana?
Kapag po may equal sign po.
Very good. If I will put equal sign at naglagay ako ng any number dito, for example, I will put 8, then this one is considered as an equation. Okay, now yung mga action sa English, verb. Okay, in math, ano may mga verb natin? Yung mga basic operation natin. Ito yung class, yung addition. Okay, yan yung matatawag natin na verb in our mathematical symbol. Okay, ano pa yung mga verb natin? Pwedeng equality. Ito po, tong equal sign natin. Pwede rin yung not equal or greater than or equal and so on and so forth. Okay, again, matatawag natin na sentence yung ating mathematical symbol kapag meron po tayong equal sign or equality or inequality symbol. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Ito yung comparison natin. Kapag name, sa English, magbigay ka lang ng name. Carol, teacher, student, name na yan. In math, okay, kung mapapansin nyo lahat ng example ni Ma'am Jan ay walang equal sign. Kasi nga, name lang yan, expression lang tayo. Okay, pero kapag complete thought na yan, okay, in English, meron ka ng noun and then yung predicate mo. Okay, yung verb, yung loves. Okay, yung mathematics. Ano ba yung mathematics? Ano siya? Consider as, hindi siya pronoun, di ba? Okay, hindi kasi ako ganun magaling sa English. Ano yung mathematics? Siya yung nag-describe doon sa subject. He loves mathematics. Okay, pero class, itong he, siya yung noun, itong loves, action kasi siya, so siya na yung, ano mo, verb mo. Okay, in math, dito tayo sa math kasi ang hirap ng English na yan. Okay, so complete thought na siya, lahat po yan ay may equality at inequality symbol. So meaning to say, these four examples are an example of equation. Okay, so ano-ano pa yung mga word na pwede nating magamit at makakatulong sa atin? Yung word na end. Okay, word na N class, it indicate plus. Yung word na is, it indicates equal. Okay, now we have three different uses of numbers. Ano-ano yon? The first one is cardinal number. When we say cardinal number, nagka-count ka lang talaga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When we say ordinal, in order by the word itself, order, ordinal. Okay, yung ranking yan. For example, in your section, merong rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. Okay, in a pageant, di ba, meron tayong first runner-up, second, third runner-up. Okay, in honor of senior high school student, meron tayong highest, with high, okay, and with honors lang. Okay, now in nominal, we only use as a name to identify something. Okay, so word na yung ginagamit natin dito kasi nominal na nga siya. Okay, now, ano pa po yung pwede nating gamitin? So here are other keywords to use in translating from English word into a mathematical symbol. Pag addition, we have several word that describe addition, katulad ng increase by, more than, a total of. Okay, pag subtraction naman class, decrease by, minus, difference, less than. Okay, so yung word na less than natin. Sa multiplication, it could be times, multiplied by, product of, or produce, pwede rin. Subtraction, pwede rin siya. Okay, and I mean subtraction and multiplication, hindi ito. Okay, so increase by a factor. So word na factor ha. Kasi pag increase by addition lang yan. Pero by a factor, pag gumamit ka niyan, you are referring to multiplication. Okay, pag division naman po, it could be per, out of, ratio, quotient, percent. Okay, equal pieces, split, ayun yung word na split, hahatiin daw, and also average. Ayan naman po yung sa division natin. Okay, now we also have sa equality symbol natin. Kapag pinag-uusapan ng equals, ito yung mga several word na pwede natin gamitin. Yung pinakasikat, yung word na is. Okay, are, was, were, will be, gives, yields, sold for, and cost. Okay, sa atin namang inequality, ito po yung mga ginagamit natin. Siyempre, more than, less than. Okay, kapag nakaganto naman, at least. Okay, pag nakaganito, at most naman po siya. Okay, now, since we already know some of the mathematical symbol that we can use to translate an English language, now, magbigay tayo ng anim na recitation natin. Okay, any volunteer? Kindly translate the English language number 1 in a mathematical symbol. 6 less than. Okay, tignan nyo yung nakakabit na symbol kay 6 ha. 6 less than twice a number is 45. Now, we need to let x be the number. Okay, yung x daw natin, siya daw yung number. We need to let x be the number. Okay, so what will be the given equation now? Papaano ko kaya ito matatranslate? 6 less than twice a number is 45. Any volunteer who can translate it into a mathematical symbol? Yes, let's have John. Sige nak, John et Kuban. John, nandyan ka? Nawala si John. John, ang iyong class, rinig naman ako. Clear ba si ma'am?
Ma'am, are you calling me?
Yes, 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 yes. Nag-recite.
Sorry, I was in the bathroom.
Okay. Akala ko kasi nag-raise ka ng kamay.
Miss naglalag.
Okay, so let's have Micaela.
My answer will be 2x minus 6 is equal to 45.
Okay, very good. The correct answer, class, here is 2x minus 6 is equal to 45. Paano siya naging 2x minus 6? Itong 6 less than, magkasama ito, class. So, meaning to say, less than 6 or 6 less than, negative 6 po iyon. Okay, twice a number, yung number mo represented by x. So, twice, when we say twice, we are referring to 2. So, 2x ka na ngayon. Yung is, that is equal. 45, then ganito natin siya maisusulat. Now, hindi mo naman pwedeng isulat si negative 6. Kailangan you need to arrange it from highest exponent unto lower exponent. Okay, 2x yung may highest exponent mo, kaya siya yung nauna. 2x minus 6 is equal to 45 tayo. Okay, how about the second one? A number minus 7 yields 10. Anyone? A number minus 7 yields 10. Ano po kaya ang magiging sagot natin dito? Let's have Hannah, Margaret.
X minus 7 equals 10 po.
Very good. Okay, a number that is represented by x minus 7, yung yields equals, then 10 tayo. Okay, very good. How about a total of 6 and a number? This one is only an expression, ha? A total of 6 and a number. Okay, pag addition, kahit magkabaligtad yan, okay lang. Kasi it doesn't matter the arrangement. Kapag addition, ha, let's have Raisa de la Cruz. Raisi or Raisa? Okay, sige na. Raisi de la Cruz.
Um, 6 plus x po, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So, a total of 6 and a number, so that is 6 plus x tayo. Okay, how about 12 added to a number? Okay, 12 added to a number. Let's have Montañez, Jan Lee, Lay.
It's lame, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Montañez na lang.
All right. 12 plus x.
Okay, very good. That is 12 plus x, or pag in-arrange natin, that is x plus 12 tayo. Okay, how about 8 times a number is 48? Okay, 8 times a number is 48, yung word na is. So, therefore, this is an example of equation. So, equation na siya. Okay, let's have Desiree.
8x is equal to 48 po.
Okay, very good. That is equal to 8x is equal to 48. So, 8 times, okay, 8, when we say times, multiplication yan. A number is x, and then yung is natin ay equal, then 48. Pag multiplication, pwede mo na siyang pagtabihin, okay, para ma-determine natin na the operation is multiplication. Okay, last one. The produce of 14 and a number. This one is an expression lang tayo, class. The produce of 14 and a number, let's have Elisha, Kirsten.
Am I heard po ba?
Yes, na.
Um, it's 14x po.
Okay, very good. So, produce meaning to say product or multiplication. So, that is equal to 14x lang po. Okay, so ganyan tayo class makapag-translate ng English language into a mathematical symbol. Okay, so we're done with lesson number 1. Let's proceed to lesson number 2, which is yung tinatawag natin na sets. Okay, when we say set, class, this is the collection of well-defined distinct object. Ano yung object na tinutukoy natin dito? Yung object na tinutukoy natin, class, is the element. Okay, yung element na yan, yan yung mga number or a variable sa loob ng set natin. Okay, and yung element na yan can be, okay, represented as, sabi ko nga kanina, variable. Pwedeng variable. Pwede rin naman yung element mo is a number. For example, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. Now, set is represented by a capital letters. Ito po yun, yung mga capital letter natin. Okay, and yung mga element inside your set is separated by a comma. Hindi pwedeng tuldok. Okay, hindi rin pwedeng wala kang ilalagay na symbol. Okay, para maghiwa-hiwalay yan, you need to write a comma. Okay, and yung object doon sa loob ng set, tinatawag po natin na element. Okay, now, we have one-to-one correspondence and then cardinality. Pag sinabi natin cardinality, na-discuss natin kanina doon sa uses of numbers natin. In cardinality class, we simply count the given element. For example, set A. Okay, ang element mo ay 5. Okay, how many element? We have 1. Okay, in set B, 7 and 2, so that is 2 element. In set C, 1, 3, 4, we have 3 elements. In set D, we have 9, 1, 5, 8, so therefore we have 4 elements. But why in set E, I have 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, dapat 5 yan, di ba? So bakit po kaya 1 yung naging sagot natin dito? Okay, any explanation why the cardinality in set E is equal to 1? Let's Maria Eunice.
Kasi po, the same lang po yung nakalagay na number.
Okay, very good. Kasi repeating yung number natin. Kapag repeating na yung number mo, at hindi naman yan unique, therefore, counted lang siya as only one element. Kasi ang binibilang lang po natin is yung mga unique element or object in your given set. Okay, now in a set, we have the universal set. Okay, we have the union and intersection. Okay, so pag when we say universal set or denoted by capital letter U, pagsasamahin lang po natin yung nasa loob ng sets natin. Okay, for example, in set A, I have 2, 4, 6, 8. In set B, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, for us to get the universal set or yung union natin, okay, so may 1 dito, so nilagay na natin. 2 and 2, sabi nyo nga kanina in cardinality, that is count as only 1, so 2 na tayo. Okay, I have 3 here, 4 and 4 din dito, isa na lang nilagay ni ma'am. And then last one is 6 and yung 8 natin. Okay, when we say universal set, that is the totality of all the object or element in your given set. Okay, now, kunin naman natin yung union and intersection of the given set. Ulitin ni ma'am. When we say union, ito yung element or the totality of element in your given set. And when we say intersection class, ito naman yung element, okay, na meron doon sa magkaparehas na sets. Okay, kung saan sila nag-intersect. And the symbol for union is capital letter U, while the intersection naman po is yung inverted U naman. Okay, nakabaligtad na U. Okay, so let's give an example here. On our example number 1, I have set X, which is equal to 1, 2, 3. While set Y, I have 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so if you are asked to find X union of Y, ano-ano kaya yung mga set na makikita ko dito? Anyone? Yana?
Um, po. Set 1, set 2 and 3 po.
Okay, very good. Set 1, 2, hanggang 3 lang ba, Yana?
Pati po 4.
Okay, very good. 2, 3, and 4 kasi nga pinagsama-sama na siya. Okay, how about if we are asked to find the intersection of X and Y? Okay, so ano naman po ang element na makikita ko in intersection of X and Y? Let's have Charmaine.
2 and 3 po.
Okay, very good. Element 2 and 3 lang tayo.
2.
Okay, so given number 2, another one. We have set A and set B. Okay, and our first question, kindly find the union of set A and set B. Ano po ang union ng set A and set B natin? Okay, let's have Rio Vince.
5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12.
Okay, very good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and yung 12 po natin. How about the intersection of A and B. Okay, ano po ang intersection ng set A and set B natin? Let's have Yvonne.
Number 6 po.
Okay, so only one lang po tayo, yung intersection nila, yung number 6 lang. Okay, how about number 3 tayo? Okay, kindly give me the union of set A and B. Ano po ang magiging union ng set A and B natin? Fatima Grace.
1, 3, 7, 9, 10, tapos 2, 5, 7, 8, tsaka, ay nang po.
Nakulit, kailangan from lowest to highest tayo. Okay, go again, Fatima.
1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, 9 and yung 10 natin. Okay, how about the intersection of set A and B? Ano kaya yung intersection natin dito? Let's have Charis.
7, 9, tsaka 10 po.
Okay, very good. So, element 7, 9, and 10. Ito naman yung intersection natin. Okay, so parang katulad sa mabibigyan nating real life example ng union and intersection. Courses in Our Lady of Fatima University. Pag pinagsama-sama natin yan, meron tayong nursing, okay, pharma, IT, and so on and so forth. Now, in an intersection, ano ba yung mga give at least one common subject na tinitake ng lahat ng courses na yan? So, we can give Math M111. Lahat ng first year class ay dumadaan sa subject ng Math M111. And that will be the intersection. Okay, yan yung element na pare-parehas na meron doon sa lahat ng courses na yan. Pharma nagtitake, medtech nagtitake. Okay, BSN also taking Math M111 as well as the travel and tour, HRM. Okay, so lahat sila nagtitake ng subject. And that one is a real life example of intersection. Okay, so now, we also have the null set or the empty set. Ano naman itong tinatawag natin na null set and empty set? From the word itself, empty set. Ibig sabihin, wala kang makitang element. Okay, doon sa given set natin. Okay, for example, pag nasa second year na tayo, or kayo, sorry, gawin nating third year talaga para makatotohanan. Lahat ng courses, okay, na nasa third year or fourth year na, wala na silang common subject na tinitake. Okay, lalong-lalo na class sa fourth year, lahat yan ay kanya-kanyang major na yung tinitake. So, ibig sabihin, empty set or null set na tayo. Okay, and we can represent that one in a symbol of braces. And itong zero na may slash na pa slant. Okay, ito po yung tinatawag natin na null set or empty set. Okay, for example, last one. A pink apple. Okay, kahit saan ka pumuntang palengke class, kahit anong gawin natin, wala tayong makikitang color pink na apple. Okay, so that is empty set or null set din siya. Okay, so any question class kay sets? Before we move on to our lesson number 3, which is the elementary logic. May tanong po ba? Can I have a heart reaction kung walang tanong kay number 2 lessons? Okay, very good, very good. Now, class, let's proceed to lesson number 3, which is the elementary logic. Okay, define muna natin sa logic class. So, when we say logic, that is the art of reasoning. Okay, so kahit saan tayo pumuntang definition, when we say logic, ito daw class yung art of reasoning. Okay, minsan nga, di ba, kahit na talo ka na sa argument, okay, pag ginamitan mo ng logic, minsan, nare-reverse pa, nananalo ka pa. Okay, kasi nga in logic class, dito natin madedetermine kung yung argument ba natin is valid or not. Okay, sa papaanong paraan kaya. Okay, so dito i-discuss natin. Okay, now, before that, in logic class, yung mga subject na ginagamit natin is what we call the proposition. Okay, when we say proposition, that is the statement. Okay, so statement siya. a declarative statement that can either be, pwede siyang true, pwede rin siyang false. And we can represent it into a symbol of capital letter PQR or small letter PQR. Okay, and in proposition, we have two kinds of proposition. Number one is yung simple. Second one is the compound proposition. When we say simple class, it means single idea lang po tayo. Pag compound naman, two or more ideas. Papaano ba siya nagiging two or more ideas? Pag gumagamit na po tayo ng certain connectives. Okay, yung mga connectives natin. Ano ba yung mga connectives natin in English? Pwedeng and, pwedeng or. Okay, itong mga connectives na ito, ginagamit natin para mapagdugtong yung dalawang idea mo. Okay, in math, yung compound natin, kapag meron ka ng two or more operation. Okay, kapag 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, simple lang yan. Isang operation lang yung ginamit mo eh. Okay, kapag 3 minus, okay, 5 plus 7, okay, so dito ka na magkakaroon ng compound proposition. Okay, now, I have here a 5, okay, given statement. Okay, let's determine if it is simple or compound. Okay, number one, 6 is lower than 10. Is it compound or simple class? Okay, let's have Maria Eunice.
Simple po.
Okay, very good. It is simple. Wala namang two or more idea. How about number two? Roses are red and violets are blue. Is it a compound or a simple? Uh, John Nathaniel?
Compound po, ma'am.
Okay, very good. It is a compound proposition. Number three, Joe is an artist and a musician. Okay, compound po ba or a simple? Okay, let's Vasquez, Margot.
Compound po.
Okay, very good. Since meron tayong connectives na and, that is a compound. Okay, number four, Bea is smart or she studies every night. Ano po kaya ito, compound or simple? Morgana.
Compound po.
Okay, very good. That is a compound. Okay, and last one, number 5. 6 plus 8 is equal to 14. Compound po ba or simple? Let's have K. Epoch.
I'm audible po, ma'am.
Yes, na.
Ano po, compound po, kasi may equal.
Compound po ba yan? Ilang operation to?
Ano po, simple po pala kasi isang operation lang po.
Okay,
Sorry po.
very good. Simple ito since we only have one operation. Okay, di ba yung operation natin, mako-consider siya as a verb in English. Okay, so ganun class mag-identify or mag-determine if the given sentence or given equation is compound and simple. Now, let's move to the tapos na tayo dyan. Let's move to the logical connectives. Ano-ano ba yung mga connectives na ginagamit natin para magkaroon tayo ng valid argument, para malaman natin kung valid ba or invalid yung argument natin. Okay, number one class, yung word na not. Okay, so yung not P, ang ating connectives dyan, syempre yung not. Okay, symbolic form, ganito po natin yan isusulat in symbol. And then yung type of statement natin is a negation. For example, meron si ma'am given statement. Okay, so in proposition, we can represent it as P. And then ilagay natin angel. Wala namang angel dito, no? Okay, and angel is beautiful. Okay, ito yung proposition natin. O malay ba natin kung totoo na beautiful ba siya or hindi? Okay, so basta yan yung ating statement. Now, if I want you to get the English statement of the symbol, o papaano ko kaya ito isusulat in an English statement? Okay, so ito yung symbolic form natin ha. Ito yung connectives na gagamitin po ninyo. Okay, any volunteer who can give me the English statement? Okay, so anyone? Let's have Etkoban.
So, Miss, dapat po maging ano po siya. Angel is not beautiful.
Very good. Angel is not beautiful. Kasi itong symbol na ito, this one, is a symbol of negation. At yung connectives na gagamitin mo is yung word na not. Okay? Now, next one, we have P and Q. Ang connectives naman po natin dyan is yung and. Okay, when we say and, yung two idea must be true. Okay, hindi pwedeng yung isa ay false, yung isa ay true. No. Dapat parehas silang totoo para magamit mo yung word na end mo. And yung symbol natin is yung arrowhead pataas. And that one is what we call conjunction. Okay, for example, dadagdagan natin yung ating proposition ng Q. Okay, so Angel is smart naman. Okay, now, kapag binigyan kayo ng certain symbol na P, tapos may arrow pataas then Q, papaano ko po ito isusulat into an English language or English statement? Let's have Cortez.
Angel is beautiful and smart.
Very good. Angel is beautiful and smart. Okay. So, since iisa lang naman yung tao, yung noun na tinutukoy natin, okay, no need for you to put angel ulit bago yung word na smart. Sa ibang section kasi ang ginawa nila, angel is beautiful and angel is smart. Okay, hindi na kailangan ha, kasi magiging redundant na yung noun mo. Okay, so pwede mo na lang pagdugtungin yung dalawang idea, which is yung beautiful and smart. Okay, so dalawa raw yung katangian ni Angel. Smart na siya, beautiful pa siya. Okay, next tayo na logical connectives. We have P or Q. Okay, ang connectives natin dyan is or, ang ating symbol is yung arrow pababa. And that is a disjunction. When we say or class, pwedeng yung isang statement mo ay totoo at yung isa naman ay hindi. Okay? So, isa lang sa kanila yung true, yung isa ay false doon. Okay, yun yung tinatawag natin na or. Okay, so pag binigyan kayo ng symbol na ganito, arrow pababa, how can we write it into an English statement? Let's have Jasmine Abehar.
Angel is beautiful or smart.
Okay, very good. Angel is beautiful or smart. Okay, pwede raw maganda si Angel pero hindi siya matalino. Okay, pwede namang matalino siya pero hindi siya maganda. Okay, ganun yung paggamit natin ng or. Okay, last two tayo. If P, then, lalagyan niyo po ito ng N. Okay, then Q. Ang connectives natin doon is if, then. Ang symbolic natin ay isang arrow. Okay, and that is a conditional. Okay, when we say conditional, laging nauuna yung word na if. Okay, so papaano natin to isusulat into an English statement? Pag binigyan tayo ni ma'am ng P, tapos naka-arrow doon, then Q, how can we write it into an English language? Let's have Hannah Anero.
If Angel is beautiful, then she is smart.
Very good. Nauna yung word na if class. If Angel, big letter pala to, if Angel is beautiful, then, okay, she is smart. Okay, hindi mo na kailangan daw malaman kung matalino talaga siya or hindi. Basta daw maganda siya, automatic smart na raw talaga siya. Ayun yung conditional natin. Now, last one is yung P, if and only if natin. Okay, and then yung kanyang symbolic is yung dalawang arrow. And that is biconditional. Okay, dito class, yung word na if and only if ay matatagpuan natin sa gitna ng dalawang statement natin. Kung kanina sa conditional na una yung if, dito, yung buong ito matatagpuan natin sa gitna ng dalawang ideas natin. Okay, so papaano ko kaya ito isusulat into an English language? Okay, so let's have John Jeric.
Hello. The answer will be if Angel is smart and beautiful.
Tama ba? Angel is beautiful. Igitna mo to, nak. If and only if. Ulitin mo, mag-start ka kay Angel.
Angel, if, i-start po muna ba kay Angel?
Yes, nak.
Kay
Ito.
Angel po.
Oo, Angel is beautiful.
Angel is beautiful
O,
and
gamitin mo na
smart.
to. Gamitin mo na tong buong to.
Angel is beautiful if and on, sorry,
Correct, nak. Go.
if and only, if and only if she is smart.
Very good. Okay, so sabi dito sa ating given statement, Angel is beautiful if and only if she is smart. Okay, kung matalino raw si Angel, uh, therefore, maganda raw siya. Okay, pero kung hindi siya matalino, hindi rin daw siya maganda. Okay, yun yung tinatawag natin na bi-conditional class. Tatandaan nyo ha, kay conditional, laging nauuna yung if in our statement. Okay, pero kay bi-conditional, nasa gitna yung buong statement mo. Yung if and only if, laging magkasama itong buong word na ito. Okay, kay bi-conditional. Okay, so let's give another example. So I have here three different sets of proposition. Number one, dito muna tayo sa taas, sa number one natin. Okay, so if I asked you to find this symbol, okay, ano po kaya ang ating magiging English language? English language will be, and that symbol, sino pa ba yung hindi mga nakakapag-recite? Okay, let's have Yana.
Lance will not go to Mall of Asia po.
Very good. Lance will not go to Mall of Asia. Okay? So, meron tayong word na not. Okay? So, next one, number two tayo. We have this symbol. Okay, so any volunteer, kindly give me the English sentence for the symbol. Let's have Ginger, Ashley.
Joe is not a musician.
Nak, dito muna sa number one. Okay, sa number one muna tayo ha. Sige, Ginger, go. Sorry. Ulitin lang ni ma'am yung sulat. Baka nalito dahil may number 2 kasi. Okay, ito na. Okay, so Ginger. Ginger? Nawala ata si Ginger. Ako ba yung nag-lag? Okay, Ginger, tawagin uli kita mamaya, ha? Taas ka na lang ng kamay ulit. Baka nag-lag ang ano niya, connection. Okay, so let's have Micaela.
Am I audible po ba?
Yes, na.
Lance will go to Luneta Park and Mall of
Very
Asia.
good. Lance will go to Luneta Park. Pinagdikit mo yung dalawang idea mo. And Mall of Asia. MA na lang ha para mabilis. Okay, dito naman tayo sa ating example number 2. How about if I'll give you this given symbol? Okay, so ano naman po yung ating magiging statement dito? So the statement here is, Sophia,
Joe is an artist or a musician.
very good. Joe is an artist or a musician. Okay, pwede raw siyang maging artist, pero hindi siya musician. Pwede namang musician siya, pero baka hindi siya artist. Okay, so next one. Okay, so this symbol class, papaano naman po ito? Okay, so how can we use the symbol? On number 2 pa rin tayo ha, number 2. Let's have Danica Rose Arnaez.
If Joe is an artist, then Joe is a musician.
Very good. If Joe is an artist, then pwede namang lagay natin he is a musician. Okay, 'di ba? Pronoun, yung Joe na pangalan, hindi mo na siya pwedeng ulitin ng dalawang beses. Kapag uulitin mo siya, you need to use a pronoun. He, she. Okay, so yun na yung gagamitin natin. Okay, last one for number 3. Okay, what if I have the symbol? In number 3 statement tayo. Okay, so what will be, balik na rin ni ma'am. Okay, so mauuna ko yung Q. O, paano nyo kaya to isusulat? Okay, Q, then by conditional, P tayo. Okay, so let's have Denise Galve.
Roel can buy a new phone if only and if and only if Roel saves money.
Very good. Okay, Roel can buy a new phone. Okay, if and only if he saves money. Okay, so yun class yung magiging statement natin na by conditional. Okay, now itong tinatawag natin na conditional class, di ba yung conditional natin is if and only if meron siyang tatlong different types. Ano po iyon? So in a conditional statement, we have three different types. Okay, ito yung conditional statement natin. Number 1 is yung tinatawag natin na converse, followed by number 2 inverse, and then yung number 3 natin, which is the contrapositive. Okay, yung converse natin, yung given statement na P and Q, okay, if P, then Q, babalik na rin lang natin. Mauuna na yung Q mo. If Q, then P. Okay, kapag inverse naman, negation yung dalawa. If P, then Q. Pag contrapositive, itong inverse mo, babaliktarin mo lang po siya. If Q, then P na po tayo. Class sa exam, hindi ibibigay sa inyo itong symbol. Okay, kasi pag binigay sa inyo yung symbol, napakadali na lang sa inyo para sagutan. Ang ibibigay sa inyo is yung word nila. Okay, so give the converse of the given statement. Okay, give the inverse of the given statement or give the contrapositive of the given statement. Okay, then, ibibigay nyo yun in an English language. Kaya dapat kabisado nyo yung mga symbols natin. Okay, kasi dito talaga kayo magbe-base sa symbol. Okay, so na-screenshot na ba yung symbol? Pa-screenshot ako ha, tapos magbigay tayo ng example. Okay, so number 1 on our given example, if a polygon is pentagon, yung polygon siya yung noun natin dito. Okay, then yung dalawa nating ideas, okay, is pentagon, ito yung first idea. Then, it has 5 sides. Ito naman yung second idea natin. Now, ito yung P. Okay, ito yung ating proposition P, small letter P. Ito naman yung proposition, sorry class, hindi ito, noun nga yan. Ba't nilagyan ni ma'am ng P? Okay, so yung noun, lagi yung nasa unahan ng statement. Okay, yung proposition 1 is yung P. Ito yun, yung pentagon. Okay, yung proposition 2 natin, yung Q, ito naman po yung ating 5 sides. Okay, so what if I want you to give the converse of the given statement? Ano po kaya ang magiging converse ng given statement ni ma'am? Let's have Krisha Operio.
Conditional statement po.
Converse na, converse.
Ano po? P to Q.
Converse. Mauuna ba si P?
Mauuna po si P. Then Q po.
Tama ba ang converse natin? Balikan na.
Po.
Sige na, ulit. Anong mauuna?
Yung Q at saka yung P.
Okay, yung Q muna kasi binaligtad na natin. Okay, so if Q, then P. Okay, correct yung symbol natin. Now, ano naman po yung magiging English statement natin dito? Alam na natin yung symbol. Then what will be the statement? Let's have Yana Sofia.
If a polygon has 5 sides, then it is pentagon.
Very good. Okay, if a polygon has 5 sides, okay, then it is a pentagon. Okay, ito yung magiging converse statement natin. Now, ano naman po ang symbol natin for an inverse statement? Okay, so what will be the symbol? Symbol po muna ha. Okay, so let's have Hana Anero.
Ano po, yung symbol po niya is yung negation po na P.
Okay, not
To
P.
not P to not Q. If not P, then not Q.
Very good. If not P, then not Q. Okay, so ano naman po ito in an English language? Anyone? Ano naman po ito in our English language? Let's have Cortez.
If a polygon is not a pentagon, then it does not have 5 sides.
Okay, correct. So if a polygon is not a pentagon, okay, then it doesn't have, okay, pwedeng doesn't naman yung ilagay natin. Okay, or does not, pwede rin naman siya. Then it doesn't have 5 sides. Okay, and that is correct. How about the contrapositive? Pag contrapositive naman po, okay, contrapositive, okay, ano po ang symbol natin for contrapositive? Let's have Vasquez.
Ano po, if not Q, then not P po.
Okay, very good. If not Q, then not P. Okay, then what will be the English statement? Okay, so let's have Jenny Lynn.
If a polygon if a polygon doesn't have 5 sides, then a, a pentagon does not. Mali.
Sige na,
If,
ulit. If a polygon,
if a polygon does not have 5 sides, then it's not pentagon.
then it is not a
Pentagon.
pentagon. Okay, very good. Ito na po yung contra-positive ng given statement natin. Okay, last example, class. Yung number, yan yung noun natin. Okay, yung first idea, prime. Yung second idea, okay, only 2 factors. Okay, if I want you to give me the converse statement, alam na natin yung symbol eh. Okay, yung kanyang English statement na lang, ano kaya ang converse nito? Ricey, ano ang converse statement nito, class?
If a number has only 2 factors, then it is a prime.
Okay, very good. If a number has only 2 factors, okay, then it is prime. Okay, so ganun lang daw siya kadali kausap. Prime na agad yun. Okay, how about the inverse statement? In an English language tayo. Okay, in an English language, that is, Yvonne.
If a number is not prime, then it doesn't have only 2 factors po.
Okay, very good. If a number is not prime, then, okay, it does not have only 2 factors. Okay, how about the last one? Yung contrapositive po natin. Okay, contrapositive statement will be, ano po yung contrapositive ko rito? Okay, contrapositive, let's have Jasmine Abihar.
If a number is
If a prime number is not prime, then it has only two factor.
Nak ang contrapositive. Negation daw ng Q at ng P. Not Q, then not P. Okay, ang Q mo ay yung two factors. Ang P mo yung prime. O, ulit.
If a prime is
No, if a number,
if a number is not a prime, then it has only two factor.
ayun yung ano natin, inverse. O, baliktarin mo yung inverse mo.
So, if prime is not a number,
Hindi nak. If a number doesn't have, ito yung mauuna.
okay. If a number doesn't have a two factor, then it is a prime.
It is ba?
Then it is a prime.
It is prime ba, nak? Tignan mo nga.
Sorry. Forgot.
Nak, negation. Ano ang negation ng prime? Lalagyan mo lang siya ng word na not.
Not, okay.
Okay, so paulit ako, nak. If a number doesn't have only two factor, then
it has only, then it is a prime po.
It is
a prime.
It is not.
Not. It is not a prime.
Okay, so kailangan meron tayong word na not. It is not a prime. Okay, so nalito lang si Jasmine. Okay, so class, yun yung contrapositive ng given statement natin. Okay, any question class sa ating logical, elementary logic natin? May tanong po ba? Okay, any question class kay elementary logic? Can I have a heart reaction kung wala pong tanong? At naintindihan po ang topic natin today? Okay, sige. Class, magbibigay ako ng activity on lesson 1 pa lang. Yung lesson 2 and 3, pagsasabayin ko na maybe on Monday. Tapos on Wednesday ko na lang siya the deadline, ha? Pero yung isa ngayon, yung isang activity until 11 p.m. ng gabi. Okay, start ngayon, publish ko, then until 11 p.m. Okay, kung wala na pong tanong, let's check your attendance today.